Hey guys, welcome back. My name is JL and today I have this brand new look for you guys. This is a New Year's Eve staying in but partying it up by ourselves look. Basically, I just wanted to do something for New Year's. I tried to film multiple holiday videos. I had to scrap all of them. And so I was like, you know what? I got to come back for New Year's Eve. Got to do it big. I'm going to be spending New Year's Eve quarantining. I'm going to be FaceTiming my friends and we're going to celebrate over the phone. But I am still going to make sure that I glam up a little bit, make myself feel pretty and good and just feel excited going into this new year in a good headspace. So I know it's not going to be our typical New Year's Eve type thing, but you can still glam up even just for your living room. So without any further ado, please make sure to subscribe if you guys haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up and grab your makeup brushes. Let's get started. Alright you guys, so I'm going to start off by priming my lids. I'm going to be using the Crayon Case washable eye glue stick. I feel like this one's going to match my skin tone a little bit more, and because we're doing kind of a more bare-ish look, at least around this area, like the brow bone area, I want it to look more close to my skin tone. For the eyes today, I'm going to be going in with my Ace Beauty Quintessential palette. This is a beautiful, beautiful palette. I mean, look at the packaging. It's very much giving me Great Gatsby meets New Year's Eve vibe, which happens to have been the theme for my friend Liz's New Year's Eve party last year when we could do stuff like that. But this is what this is reminding me of this year. It's so pretty and it has the shades in it that I'm going to need for a look like the one I'm doing today. So I just wiped off the excess product that was on my brush from an eyeshadow look I did the other day, so it's nice and clean, and I'm really just reaching for like one or two shades because I want to do a crease color to give the eye a little bit more of a dimension and curve to help me when I'm doing my graphic liner. But I want to start off with, like I said, just some base shades. So I'm going to go in with the shade Nutmeg in the palette, which is this like very pretty, just natural brown shade right here. And just picking that up, I literally am just going to run that right along. All right, so we have this down. It's literally barely noticeable. It just gives our eyes a little bit of contour and a little bit of shape, and that's going to help to guide us when we're doing these types of looks because we kind of know like the shape, the general shape that we want for the look that we're doing. So I'm going to start off by just kind of outlining the area that I want everything to go in. So I just picked this up. I think this is called E-Boot. I don't know. I think it's called the E-Boot. It's from Amazon. They're just like little detailed paintbrushes that I picked up. If I can find it, I will have it linked down below. If you're looking for like actual makeup brushes specifically, I do know that Tammy, aka Makeup by Tammy here on YouTube, released her own line of these, honestly like a few weeks after I ordered this. So I haven't picked those up yet. But I really like this one because it is meant for like actual detailed work when you're painting and stuff. It has little resting places for your fingers so that you kind of know where to grip it at. And you can of course grip it back here if you need to, but it's really comfortable so you have the like right amount of control. So just a little thought if you were curious. Okay, so I'm gonna go into the black shade Neruli, this shade right here, and I'm just going to start kind of like outlining the wing that I want. I probably could just go automatically in with my black liner, but I feel like it's going to kind of give it even more of a smoky effect, so we're going to do it this way. So basically what I did is I'm extending the wing out a little further than I might do normally because I want to have that place for it to grip to and to carry over. So I just literally just follow the natural shape of my eye, and as you guys can see, it's cascading towards my it's like going towards the end of my brow bone, so it's just going to meet and it's creating a nice pretty point. Okay, so I'm going to go in with some more shadow. And like I said, this detail brush is everything because it just makes everything so much easier. And I'm just going to start to basically create a line. I'm going to kind of follow where we mapped out with that that crease shade that we put down, and I'm just going to kind of follow right along here. And a good tip for this is keep your eyes open when you're doing it. Like, don't completely shut your eye, because it's going to look different when you open your eye and you're trying to look and see how everything sits. You want to try and keep your eye as open as possible, like lower it a little bit if you need to, but definitely keep on referring back and forth between the mirror. I would recommend having 2 mirrors if you can, and that way you'll be able to see, you know, where the line sits. So if I sit this here, pay attention to where the brush sits on my lid. When I have my eye open, it's sitting here. When I close my eye, it moves down a little bit because it's sitting on the skin. Open, close, open, close. That's the line on your eye. So you want to make sure that you're keeping your eye a little bit open, because even if it does kind of shift a bit with the skin, it won't be such a dramatic shift. That's like one of the biggest tips I can give you, because you might say, why does this look so strange? It doesn't. It's just the way that you have to kind of play and configure things when you're doing something as detailed as this. And I kind of know the general shape that I want, so I'm just going to start . And this obviously does not look perfect. It doesn't. We're not going to keep it looking all janky, but this is just to map out everything, which is why I wanted to go in first with a touch of shadow, so that way I could map everything out. And then when I go over everything the final time with the eyeliner, it'll really stick and stay in place and look more bold and in your face. But this is really cute. It gives you like that very, I love graphic liner looks. They're so pretty. This by itself honestly is a look. Like, I could pop on lashes right now and go. It's a thing. So what I'm going to do right now is just do the other eye, try and match them up. I'm not a person that can do one full eye and then do the other eye. I need to do them step by step to make sure everything is matching exactly, because if I need to adjust anything because I can't make this eye look right, I can adjust this eye. That's just how I work. I have to do them side by side and work in steps. So I'm going to do the graphic liner on this side, try to make sure it matches up to this eye as much as possible. I hope it'll match, but I'm not expecting it to be perfect. And then after that, I'm going to move on to the next step. Okay, so now that we have this mapped out, again, I could literally stop here and just like do some cleaning up and be good to go, honey, because this is cute. But we're going to do like the full vision that I have in my head, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it comes together. So I'm not one of those people that can just apply stuff with my fingers and then have it magically look perfect. That's not me and my journey. So I am going to be taking a brush, and I'm going to just kind of be very precise and lay down a shadow. So the closest shadow that I had that I could find was also in this palette for the color I'm going on top of. Now this color has a little bit more purple to it, but it is a silver at heart. It's the shade Starry Nights, which is this shade right here. And like I said, it is a little bit more like of a purpley silvery tone, like a pewter almost, but I still think it's going to work for the purposes of this look, because the glitter shadow that I'm using has quite a bit of pigment to it, if I remember correctly. So I think that we'll be fine. But I'm going to just start by kind of just laying this shade down. By the way, how have you guys been? What have you guys been doing? How are your holiday festivities? Did you get to watch and do all that you wanted to do in the time of the virus and a pandemic? I got to watch all the movies I wanted to watch, except for I didn't watch The Holiday, and I have that on DVD, so I really could have watched that. I need to. And Bridget Jones' Diary. Those are like two of my favorite Christmas movies, even though I know some people might not consider Bridget Jones' Diary, the first one, to be a Christmas movie. To me, it is a classic Christmas movie. I love that movie. I love every actor that's in that movie. I did, however, watch The Sound of Music twice. I watched that back to back, like 2 days in a row. I love The Sound of Music. I have ever since I was little. I think it's one of the greatest love stories. Like, I know that the actual love story is quite different, but the way that Julie Andrews and Christopher Plummer interact is to me, it's one of the most romantic, sensual, like, love stories on television or film. I also recently, it's not a holiday movie, but I did recently start watching, what is that called? It's with Betty Davis. It's one of her earlier films. I can't remember the name of it, but I'll have it written down here when it pops up, because I just can't. It's not Rosemary's Baby. I think that one is Joan Crawford anyway, but I can't remember the name. Oh, Of Human Bondage. Thank you. Of Human Bondage. That's what it's called. I started watching that. The beginning was a little slow, but once I got to like the juicier part, I was like, ooh, okay. So I've been enjoying it. I haven't finished it yet. I need to finish it because last night I was watching something else, but it was definitely like it's an interesting film. I'm a really big fan, if you can't tell, of older films, and I've really been trying to expand my lexicon. I'm particularly interested in like women in film and their journeys, and I've been really into Joan Crawford and Betty Davis. If you guys are interested in learning more about them, because apparently a lot of people only know about them based off of Ryan Murphy's The Feud short series that he had, and that isn't very accurate. So there's actually a really great documentary talking about the both of them. I'll have that link down below for anybody that wants to watch it. If you are a big film actor, movie buff like I am, I think you will really enjoy that. I've also been watching, I mean, I do it all the time, but I've also been watching so many documentaries. I have learned so much. I love documentaries, and there's just so many that have been popping up like in my site ever since Christmas ended. So I've been just binging those. Okay. Now that we have this done and it looks nice, it looks pretty, what I'm going to do is just go ahead and start popping on our glitter. I like to use the glitter primer from NARS. I mean, not from NARS, from NYX. And the only issue I have with that is that the lid, apparently it's something that multiple people have had issues with, is that like the lid of the tube, the part that you screw on, the cap, it starts to like break at the neck, and then you just have this thing just slowly drying out. And I don't feel like it's been as great. It's been very goopy and hard to work with because of that. So I haven't been a fan. I'm only applying a little bit of adhesive here. I really didn't need to do that, to be completely honest. And the only reason I did was because I wanted to have, I probably shouldn't because now it's like separating stuff. All right, so I'm going in with this Profusion Cosmetics liquid glitter eye topper, however they call it. It is in the shade Twinkle. This is absolutely beautiful. I also wore this last New Year's Eve. I have a picture of it on my Instagram if you want to see the look that I did. I didn't film a video on it, but I loved the look that I did. And I'm gonna just use this again because this is just the vision that I had. So I'm just taking this same brush. Whew. Is pigmented. I love this glitter. It's so pretty, and I want to just start working with it. Honestly, if you are a person that is on the market for some glitter, these are really great ones. They're very affordable and they just work so well. And I love glitter in general, but liquid glitter just hits different sometimes when you're doing an eye look. It just makes things so much easier. I do have this liner from NYX. It is just their matte liquid liner. This has become like my favorite liquid liner because it's just the easiest to work with, I think. And it is actually very matte and very black, and I like the formula of it. I'm switching over to a brand new liner. I'm not sure how I'm going to feel. I don't even know how to open this package. This is the LA Girl Line Art Matte Eyeliner Pen. BREONNA, if you know who she is, she does videos on YouTube. Let me open this before I try to talk to you guys so you guys can actually hear what I'm saying. BREONNA or Beardy recommended this. If you guys don't know who she is a working makeup artist. Like, she actively like works at it. I don't know if she has her own studio, but I think she does. But also makes like videos here on YouTube and posts stuff on Instagram. And I've loved some of her recommendations for, you know, when I was working on a client. I haven't been working on clients since the pandemic started just because it makes me really nervous to do so. But also just for me and my everyday makeup. Like, she's the one that introduced me to Mellow Cosmetics. She doesn't know who I am, but I just want you guys to know she's great. So what I'm going to do, I think I might actually thicken this liner up, but I'm going to first just kind of structure the top line, and then I'm going to thicken this bottom wing up a bit. Can I tell you guys a secret? I purchased this a long time ago. I never used it. What I'm going to do is definitely go along with a little bit of concealer and just kind of clean up along there, but I'll worry about that in a second. What I'm going to do for right now is I want to like make this wing out here a little bit thicker because I just feel like it needs that. It needs a little bit more thickness on the ends. So we're going to fix that up. Alright, you guys, apparently I wasn't actually recording any sound, but essentially I just primed my T-zone with my No Problem primer from Touch in Sol. If you know, you know. And then I went ahead and I just primed the rest of my face with my e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer. For foundation today, I'm going in with my Beauty Bakery Insta-Bake Aqua Glass Foundation. The shade that I use is 325N. But before I go in with that, I'm going to just take my Skin & Co. Aroma Radiant Dew. It has like a bunch of other things. It's like Truffle Therapy, all this other stuff. I'm going to have that listed down below, but I'm not going to say what it is because it's a very long name. I probably could have said it in all that time I took to talk, though. Girl. But we're going to just spritz our face with that because I always like to have like a little bit of a more hydrated base before I put down any of my foundations. I actually forgot that I wanted to do a liquid highlight. I can still do one. I just prefer to do it under foundation, but that's okay. I'm going to take this iconic London Illuminator. The only reason I'm doing this is because I feel like this look is just calls for glowiness, and I already look glowy because this foundation is so beautiful, but I just want to have like an extra added bit of that. So I'm going to take my iconic London Illuminator in the shade just Original. I'm going to shake it up a bit, and I'm just going to dot it kind of here and here and just give my skin like a little bit of a natural highlight moment. I'm still going to use a powder highlight on top, but I want to do like a very kind of like natural glowy moment. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 1, 2. Probably need to double that up a bit because this is pigmented. Okay, for concealer, I'm picking up this Oma Beauty Stay Woke Concealer in the shade Honey Honey T3. I'm going to pick up this e.l.f. blending sponge. The only reason I'm particularly calling this one out is because this is really good for like detailed blending. And the reason is because of the point. It was just really, really well made and well thought out. I personally don't know, maybe ColourPop has a sponge like this now, but I personally can't think of another brand that has this exact design of a sponge. And I love it. It makes it so easy to blend, as you guys can see. Pride is not the word I'm looking for. I'm just going to set my under eyes. I do like a two-step setting process because right now is when my under eyes kind of get the most like haywire. My eyes can get super watery. So I really have been loving this Urban Decay All Nighter setting powder. It's just a pressed powder. And basically I set my eyes, I like look up, buff out any creases that are under my eyes, and then I go in directly with this, just a light layer of this to set everything down initially, and then I go in with my more heavy duty powder, which will today be my Beauty Bakery powder, and I might leave that on for a couple of seconds, do like a little mini bake second, and then I will dust it all away. That's kind of been how I've been loving to do my makeup lately. It's been working well for me, so we are going to do that right now. All right, so now, like I said, I'm going to pick up my Beauty Bakery powder in the shade Yellow. This is just their flower setting powder. Highly recommend this powder. It's so good. I definitely like press powder into my nose because my nose gets super oily, and that's the first place that my makeup leaves. Also do a teensy bit up here. And then lately I've been loving to just do like a little bit of like a reverse contour moment, either with powder or with the leftover concealer on my sponge. So now I'm just gonna start knocking away some of this excess powder already because I don't like to leave it for super long at all. And I honestly am very gentle, and I'm almost like pushing this into my skin because I love to just make sure that I have everything super set down. Okay. Looking good. For bronzer and blush today, I'm going into the Lip Bar Duo Compact. This is their Fresh Glow Bronzer and Blush Duo, and this bronzer shade is Girl Talk and the champagne shade is Champagne, and together they make the duo Girls Night. So that's what I'm using today. This is what the bronzer looks like. It's so pretty. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it kind of looks like it has little like specks in it in person. Don't like pay attention to those and worry about them. They are honestly so finely milled. It just gives the skin like a glow, but it doesn't look sparkly at all on the actual face. If anything, it just kind of makes everything look a little bit more bronzy and glowy. I know that some people feel like there's like a time and place for looking bronzy, but I feel like it's always time. It is always time for looking bronzy and glowy. And then I like to take a little bit of the bronzer and just kind of put it down the sides of my nose. You, again, don't have to do this, but I do a little bit of nose contour. Honestly, at this point, I'm very comfortable with my nose. It's really just, I feel like it looks strange to not have all of the areas where my face naturally like casts a shadow, to not have them kind of match those other areas. You know what I mean? Like, I have a bigger nose. I'm kind of way more comfortable with it now than I was growing up. Growing up, I was like, the moment I'm able to, I'm going to get a nose job. And now I'm like, yeah, I'm good. But I do like to tone it down sometimes. Not gonna lie about that, especially when it's like acting all types of crazy, because it can get so oily. But honestly, it's just to make everything look more cohesive, because in my opinion, it just doesn't look quite as cohesive when I don't have that bronziness hitting all the points that it would naturally hit. This blush shade, I will say, is a lot more like openly glowy than the bronzer. So just be prepared for that. Like, it does give you a little bit of sheen. It looks very glittery in pan. On your skin, it's more so just super glowy. So just be prepared for that. It's not a matte blush at all. All right, now I'm going to spray my face real fast because I like to spritz before I add in any extra highlight and everything, but we're honestly near the finish line, and after that I'm just going to do my hair and put on my jewelry and everything, and we can do the lips, of course, and we'll wrap up the video. I need to do lashes, whatever. I'm going to spritz my face real fast. So I'm just picking up this Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. I really like this. So I'm genuinely stuck between two highlights right now. I have my Jaclyn Hill, the Flare palette, and I love these highlights up here. Like, these highlights are just so pretty, and they do really look like you're like glowing from within. I mean, look at that, like mouth-wateringly beautiful. And I love these two. I use these two more than, I like never touch these two, but I use these two all the time. But then I also have this one from Wonder Beauty, which is just like a little touch lighter. This one is another one that just is very like glowing from within. I feel like I'm gonna go with this one. This one just keeps on calling to me. I feel like that just, oh, yes. That was perfect. I love it when that happens. Oh. Praise, honestly, praise. For lashes today, I'm going in with these lashes by Makeup by Tammy. She has her own shop once again. I love these lashes. They're so pretty and they flare out on the ends, so I feel like they're really going to complement this look. They are in the style Mia, so I'm going to pop these on. All right, you guys, I just went ahead and very quickly tight-lined. I tight-lined with my Urban Decay 24-Hour Glide On pencil, and then I did my waterline with another Urban Decay pencil. The shades were 0 on my upper lash line and Whiskey on my lower lash line. And then I did a little bit of mascara, and I took the shade Nutmeg, which I will show you guys. Then I took the shade Nutmeg from the Ace Beauty palette, this shade here. Ooh, I can't even see that. Then I took the shade Nutmeg from the Ace Beauty palette, this shade here that I went in from the very beginning with my crease, and I just went ahead and smoked that out along the lower lash line just to kind of bring everything together. Now I'm going to line my lips with the Lip Bars Straight Up Lip Liner. For lipstick today, I'm going to go in with the Dose of Colors liquid lipstick in the shade Date Night. Alright guys, I'm just going to quickly set my face with my Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Alright you guys, I just decided to switch out my earrings because I felt like the silver went better, even though I'm wearing gold rings, but whatever. I had so much fun creating this look, and I hope that you guys did too, at the very least, you know, going on this journey with me if you didn't create it yourself. But if you did recreate it, please make sure to tag me and let me see your beautiful looks. I know that we're not actually going out this New Year's Eve, but I still think that we can look glam doing our at-home celebrations. So I really hope that this brought you guys some joy and that you guys feel inspired and ready for the new year. If you like this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below, let me know what else you would like to see from me, and if you will be recreating this look or just your plans for this New Year's Eve. Also, make sure to subscribe if you have not already, hit the notification bell so that you never miss an upload, and share this with a friend. Until the next time we meet, I will see you all very, very soon. Bye, my loves.